Hi, this is Clay McKinney, developer on-ramp. This is our HTML course, and in this lesson we're going to switch to a better code editor. But first of all, I need to explain why we've been using Notepad and what different kinds of text Notepad is good for. Now, the reason that we used Notepad as opposed to, say, Microsoft Word, right? So Microsoft Word is a proprietary format that Microsoft made up and only Microsoft Word understands, right? But when you're writing code, you need to write it at a level that lots of computers understand. And these things are done by international standards and that sort of thing. So on Windows, the tool that comes with Windows that lets you write standard text is Notepad. And then you can download other tools if you want them. Notepad is very plain, very simple, but it lets you type in just standard text characters, and when you save it, it doesn't save it with any cruft. It doesn't make it part of any other product. It just saves those characters. And you saw in the last lesson, when we went to save this file, we had a choice between UTF-8 and Unicode and some different kinds of, these are all different kinds of Unicode, but also ANSI text. ANSI text is where we started years ago in America. That was the first standard format. And basically, it just says, you have all your letters and all your capital letters and all your numbers and tabs and hard returns and stuff like that. And it just assigned each one of those a number so that the computer could store that character, as directly as just a few bits, 8 bits per character. And that worked really well for U.S. English. So in Wikipedia, I looked up ASCII. That was the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That was the actual name of the format that we came up with a long time ago for for letters in English, lowercase and uppercase letters in English. And that was adopted under the history section, you'll see here, by the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI. So ANSI is actually the name of the standards body that adopted ASCII text. Unicode is much more recent. It's in the age of the web, and that's where you take 8 bits per character, or sometimes 16 bits per character, and it can do a whole lot more characters. So you can do any language in the world and store it as a Unicode file. You can also, that's also where we get emojis and that sort of thing, because there's a lot of space, room to do extra characters in Unicode. So in Notepad, the kind of Unicode that's best for the web is UTF-8. ANSI is now ANSI text, or ASCII text, is now a subset. So if you have ANSI text, you can say that it's UTF-8 and you're not lying. But if you have UTF-8 text, then you're working with a larger character set, and you'd have to convert it to make it ANSI text. But maybe you didn't type in anything, so any strange thing. So right. So Notepad is our ASCII text, ANSI text, those are the same thing, right? And Unicode, plain text editor that comes with Windows and has almost no features. Now, if you use Notepad a lot, you probably want a better program, and that better program, by the way, you can do your own homework and look up ASCII. You can also look up UTF-8. The better program you want to download is called Notepad++. Notepad++. And here's what the website looks like. And you download it and you install it. It's super easy to install, and it gives you all sorts of wonderful things. Let me show you. We'll open that same file in Notepad++. I've already got it installed. And look at this. It color codes your tags. That's cool. It lets you have more than one file open. So you have tabs that you can switch back and forth. It gives you this handy dandy toolbar. It gives you multiple levels of undo. In Notepad, you only have one level of undo, but in Notepad++, you have a lot of undos. Also, if you just close it, the next time you open it, it'll show you right back where you were, because it auto-saves it when you type, which is awesome. It's a much better developer experience. And the way it's color coding our tags is it noticed that our file was an HTML file. So it color coded our tags. If you open a new file and start using tags, it may not color code them. It may not color code them until you save it as an HTML file, or you could go up here and tell it somewhere. And once you tell it, then it knows. Alright, well, I want you to do this. Please, go download Notepad++. I'll be using it for the rest of these videos. It's a much better experience. But the other, so that's one takeaway is, you know, it's nice to have a nice tool. The other takeaway is it's good to know what ASCII text is and UTF-8 text is. UTF-8 being the new hotness, ASCII text being the sort of historical but still used way of doing plain text. Alright, so look those things up, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks.